Hello and welcome back to Heart of the Holte. Today we're here to discuss the signing of Matt Targett and everything that's been going on with Aston Villa recently in the past few weeks. As it has been kind of slow, you've not really heard a lot from us and we are a bit late on this Matt Targett situation, but let's get into it. So there we are, Matt Targett has signed for a fee of reported around £11.5 million, which could rise up to 17 million with add-ons, I believe, based on performances and stuff from what we're seeing on Twitter and stuff like that. And Matt Targett is an absolutely fantastic signing and in a position I think a lot of Villa fans can agree needed strength and depth. The left-back position, you could say we now have three options with Targett, Taylor and of course Courtney Holte that has signed recently. A fantastic addition, and I think this is the kind of signing that shows exactly what Dean Smith wants in Aston Villa. He's gone for a young, hungry player who's clearly got a lot of potential. He's played a fair bit in the Premier League, I believe around 60 games for his age, which is quite impressive considering he did have, you know, someone like Ryan Bertrand ahead of him at Southampton for a long time. So a very ambitious signing. Some people saying kind of the fee's kind of a lot, but I think for an English defender, especially fullbacks, we're in a very inflated market, and I think in terms of fees, especially that have been dropped around here and there for other players, I don't think we can really complain because you've just got to pay what the club. If you want that player, you've got to slump up the cash. I think there's no sort of wheeling and dealing now in this new hyper-inflated market that has been created thanks to, you know, all this TV money. Your Man Cities and Liverpool's running around spending hundreds of millions and whatnot. So, you know, you can just kind of deal with the fee as that comes. I personally think even at 11 or 17 million, that's a great price for Matt Targett, because I can see a player like him being at the club for, you know, a long time, maybe even 6 to 8 years. I think he'll have a very sort of long and healthy career at Aston Villa. Obviously, providing we stay in the Premier League and stuff like that, I see him developing very well. And you know, he's a player who has played for the England under 21s all the way up there, and he's a player who could play international football, I think, and really get the chance to play regular football at Aston Villa, because it's pretty safe to say he'd be nailed on as the first choice left back. Neil Taylor had a fantastic end to the season, given his standards and stuff, but it looks like this first, you know, this left back spot would be nailed on for Matt Targett, which, you know, is good, and he's come in just before pre-season starts as well, so he's going to get a full pre-season under his belt with us, which is important as well. I mean, there's been a lot being said by the fans and stuff. We're a bit slow with the transfers, which is something I did want to come on to. I mean, we've signed 6 players already, that's pretty good. I know we've had probably about 8 players come out of the door, and we probably needed 6 on top of that anyway, so we've still got a long way to go, but I think being patient is what we need to do. We've seen, you know, the names Calvin Phillips, Jack Butland, Tyrone Mings, again, that one's still not been done, but you know, we've got to be patient, hopefully get these deals done before the Spurs game, because obviously in the Premier League the transfer window shuts now before the first game of the season, so hopefully I can see July being a busy month. But you know, as I said, we've got to be patient, we can get these guys in, we've got to be making sure that, you know, it's the right fit, and I honestly think Matt Targett is the type of player, the calibre of player, especially looking at potential, that we will be going for. I think this one is definitely more of a Dean Smith than a Suso signing. I think you look at your Wesleys, players like that, definitely ones that Suso would have scouted out, but you know, Matt Targett's a player that I think a lot of clubs in sort of the Premier League would have known about for a while. Obviously scoring the goal on the last day of the season to keep Southampton up, I believe, last year. So you know, he's a very good player, and I think we've known about him for quite a long time. He's sort of been one of them prospects, and it's been a while since we've actually had like an absolutely you know, a decent sort of young and hungry left back. I mean, if you want to go for young, then maybe you go back to Joe Bennett, but I don't think he ever reached the potential that I think Matt Targett can reach. Whilst we're on the subject of fullbacks though, Ahmed El-Mohamed is scoring again for Egypt in the African Cup of Nations. Great to see he's having a good summer, and Jonathan Kodja obviously representing the Ivory Coast in that as well. Pre-season, I believe, has started the training. The games are coming soon. Absolutely gutted I can't be at any of them, obviously, being stateside, but it looks like it's going to be a good pre-season. It's going to be a hard pre-season as well, considering how small the squad is at the moment. but it'll be good, especially for some of the younger lads who may be involved, the likes of Callum O'Hare, Jacob Ramsey, who Smith will probably assess and you know, give them a fair amount of game time in pre-season, I would imagine, but see where they stand, because they're not going to be, you know, sort of squad players in the Premier League. I'd imagine they'd both get loans out to, you know, Championship clubs or elsewhere, so as they can get some minutes, because, you know, they're clearly going to be a part of the future, just not the immediate future. You know, we've got to sort out some more signings on that first. So let us know in the comments below what your thoughts sort of have been on our business so far in the summer. Personally, I think we've spent really wisely. I think we've invested in areas that needed investing. Obviously, we've still got a long way to go, but we still have, you know, the whole month of July essentially to sort that out. So I'm confident deals like Mings will get done. Calvin Phillips is one that seems to be picking up a lot of steam recently, so we'll see what gets done soon. So if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, comment your thoughts below, and subscribe for more, as we're closing in 1,500 subscribers, which is absolutely crazy. We've been growing at a rapid rate, and I could not be more grateful for that, and I know the guys couldn't either. We're going under another sort of period of undergoing site maintenance, and obviously a lot of things have been happening with me being away and stuff, so the channel's been a bit slowed down, so we really appreciate the support we've got, like on the El Ghazi video, stuff like that. It really means the world to us. So as I said, if you enjoyed, like the video, comment your thoughts below, and subscribe for more. Up the Villa.
Just as essential to fulfilling this got potential. It's a main man, a hero. He's the main leader of the gang.